Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130 back with another video as promised. If you didn't see my last video that's uploaded a couple days, specifically on Wednesday, today's the 27th, so it would have been Wednesday, May 25th. Go check that out, because after like 8 months, I touch on my return to YouTube and my schedule and plans moving forward a bit in the beginning, so go check that out. But anyway, if you have seen that, then welcome in. For the first time in a while, or for the second time in a while, we are today, as you can see here on screen, doing the NFL quarterback tier list. I just wanted to get a basis of what I think of all of these 32 NFL starting quarterbacks. Of note here, there are 33. If you can tell, just Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance. We don't know who will be the starter, assuming it's Trey Lance, but whoever made this tier list, thank you for putting Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance in, because I was going to rank them both anyway. So, but let's get right into it. So before we start, I will take this one step further and rank them all and shuffle them in the tiers, top to bottom, to rank them for a comprehensive 1 to 32 list after. So at the top, let's just run through the good old tier list quick. We got the elite quarterbacks. This is reserved for like 4 or 5 guys in my top 5 in my mind. Then we got great, not quite elite, but borderline, or maybe they were once elite, but they've taken a step down, who you'll see a few guys in here have done that as well. Above average, they're never like, oh my God, they're amazing, but they can get the job done for you, and they're a consistent starter, maybe even better than consistent starter year over year, from year to year. And then average, I mean, they can be replaced for sure, but they're not the worst in the world. And then I didn't want to do a trash category, bad category, because that's kind of insulting. If they get in the NFL, they got to have some level of talent, but below average level of talent. Below average is kind of like, yeah, they could easily be a backup if they don't show something here. So first, let's just get this out of the way. We got Aaron Rodgers. This is very simple, elite. For my money, I would say he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. 4 MVPs in total. He's got, is it 4 or 3? No, 4 MVPs in total. He's got back-to-back MVPs. He only has 1 Super Bowl, maybe because that's Mike McCarthy, and I don't think Mike McCarthy, now he's the coach of the Cowboys, and I have some thoughts about him that aren't very good. I don't think he's that good of a coach. But anyway, on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, I think Rodgers was more to do with that Super Bowl than Mike McCarthy was. But he just gets better with age. Like, he's almost 40 by now. The top quarterback in NFL, and that just proves he gets better with age. This is like a ridiculous stat. Aaron Rodgers has only thrown like 5 interceptions in the last like 3 years. In the last like 3 years, he's thrown 5 interceptions in total. That is insane. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers, definitely in the elite category. Next, we got Baker Mayfield. Now, if you've known from some of my past videos, I'm not sure if I've shared this or not. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But I am not a fan of Baker Mayfield. I think he's dramatic. Even at Oklahoma, when he was planting the flag and, wouldn't handshake the Kansas people and everything. I won't get into specifics of it, but he wasn't handshaking through the handshake line. Planted his flag at Oklahoma once they got into the playoffs, the college football playoff that year. And I just don't like Baker. And then he says he felt disrespected by Deshaun Watson because they told him Deshaun's out, Baker, you're our guy. And now Deshaun said, no way, I want to play for Cleveland. I want to be a Cleveland Brown. So now Deshaun Watson's there. But he goes on this like I don't want to say tirade. Well, maybe you want to call it a tirade. I don't know. I'll call it a tirade. Media tirade just for the purposes of this video. Because he was kind of like blasting Cleveland, like, they drafted me number 1 overall. I wanted to be here for my whole career, but that hasn't worked out. So Baker Mayfield, I'm sorry, I don't just think, other than his rookie year, I don't think he hasn't been anything special. So Baker, below average. Oh, by the way, forgot to add this. Should have added this. Very important. He requested for a trade. But then Cleveland's like, nope, we're not cutting you or trading you or let alone cutting you, so we don't want to do that. Some people are saying they're holding on to him in case Deshaun Watson gets suspended, which, by the way, Deshaun Watson is coming up very soon here, but I expect Deshaun Watson to be suspended. I don't know how he wouldn't be, but maybe they're keeping Baker for that to be a starting quarterback. Do you think Baker Mayfield, after all that, now, I totally blame Baker Mayfield, but I don't think Baker, the way he feels right now, disrespected and all that, showing up on these podcasts and TV shows, not TV shows, podcasts and radio shows and saying all this, do you think he's going to go out there and fight for you? Go to war with his brothers, so to speak? Every week, I don't think so. And they signed Josh Dobbs, former Steeler, and Jacoby Brissett, former Colt, Dolphin, Patriot, whatever. So, yeah, sorry, Baker. Actually, not sorry, because I'm not a fan of Baker Mayfield at all. So, you are in the below average tier. Carson Wentz, this is easy for me, below average. Other than the MVP season, ever since he tore his ACL, he hasn't been right. I mean, as soon as they drafted Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia in the second round of the 2020 draft, let me slow down. Jalen Hurts was supposed to be a running back in the NFL. Some people pegged him as a top running back in the NFL because he can't throw or whatever. We'll get to it in a second here, but I've been impressed with Jalen Hurts, man. What we're talking about, let's just do Jalen Hurts as well. Jalen Hurts, I think, and get ready for this, some people might make the jaw drop. I think Jalen Hurts is an above average quarterback. I think he's better than average, hence the above average thinking. I think Jalen Hurts replaced Carson Wentz, and that was warranted. The Colts, I think the Colts, fifth straight starting quarterback in as many years. They're leaning on Jonathan Taylor. Weeks through 9, they were kind of experimenting with Carson Wentz down the field to Michael Pittman Jr., which, by the way, I feel so bad for Michael Pittman Jr. He's been in the league for 3 years, and he'll have a third quarterback, a new starting quarterback, a new starting quarterback for the third year in a row. So, that's why I think Carson Wentz is below average, and Jalen Hurts is above average. I just did both at once, now that Carson Wentz. Even though Carson Wentz is now on the Washington Commanders, Commanders fans must feel burned because they went from thinking they would get Russell Wilson to now they got Carson Wentz. Dak Prescott, fairly easy decision for me. Great. He throws in the low 30s of touchdowns every year, mid 30s even. Last year, he hit a career high in. Actually, wait. He set the. No, let me look for a second. Oh yeah, this is correct. He set the franchise record for most touchdown passes by a quarterback in Dallas Cowboys history. So, yeah. Dak Prescott is great. Not quite elite, but great. Next, we got... Daniel Jones. Below average. The declined fifth-year option for a reason. He hasn't been impressive whatsoever. He got Kadarius Toney around him. He has Saquon Barkley at running back. Sterling Shepard at receiver, Darius Slayton at receiver, and then they drafted Wanda Robinson at receiver, and Kenny Galladay at receiver. Tight end, they got Kyle Rudolph, so I don't really know. Ricky Seals-Jones, there's nothing really there. But this guy is starting with weapons. Yeah, not the best weapons. I don't know what the Giants are really doing, but once we do the NFL teams, well, maybe it'll be a tier list. Maybe it'll just be straight up power rankings. So once we get there, Giants are going to be pretty low. They don't have much talent. Yes, they got Evan Neal to protect Daniel Jones, but yeah. I don't, and it seems like he's motivated, which why wouldn't you be, but it seems like he's motivated by the Giants declining his option. So, yeah, that's why I think he's below average. Next, we got Davis Mills. I think he's average. Davis Mills is the definition of average quarterback. There's nothing really much to say. I do want to say, though, they need another receiver. All they have is Brandon Cooks. And John Mechie, I don't know if that's the answer, but they got John Mechie in the second round. That might have been a reach, but whatever. There's not really much to say. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to speed this up a little. My allergies are kicking in like they do every night. I'm going to have to speed this up a little. Derek Carr, do I put him in great? No. Or above it? Nah. He can't go great. Yeah. Derek Carr will be above average. Him and Devontae Adams, college teammates at Fresno State. Now they're teammates in the NFL even. So, yeah. Deshaun, and he's got Hunter Renfrow and Josh Jacobs at running back, which surprisingly, I was surprised they declined his fifth-year option, but hey, he hasn't been the best, so I guess they did. Deshaun Watson, great. Well, actually, no, I still think Deshaun Watson is great. He had the best year of his career, an absolutely terrible team. There was that one clip that went viral of J.J. Watt saying, "We wasted one of your prime years, that's a shame," or I'm just paraphrasing here because I don't remember it specifically. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube like everything else. But yeah, he said, J.J. Watt said that to him. And they beat the Bills in the playoffs in 2020. the 2019-20 season, the 2019-20 season, sorry, mumbled there, 2019-20 season, 2020 playoffs to beat the Bills, so, yeah, but, yeah. Next, Drew Lock, below average, it's pretty simple there. Jameis Winston, he's the definition of average, too. He's the best first quarterback in the NFL his last year in Tampa Bay. 5,000 yards, but 30 touchdowns. Yeah, great. But 30 interceptions. So, he's got to clean that up. Next, Jared Goff. People literally average as well. I'm glad the Lions didn't draft. A quarterback, say like Malik Willis at number 2 overall, which would have been way too high in my opinion. Matt Corral, number 32 overall. So, yeah, I'm glad they got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm so glad they drafted Jameson Williams. The Lions overall had a fantastic draft, in my opinion. So, and they got DeAndre Swift, a running back, who's one of the top receiving backs in the league. I think he's a budding star. Maybe not superstar, but definitely a budding star. Jameson Williams might not be the best fantasy pick. Which, by the way, little teaser, we will be doing fantasy on this channel as well, coming forward in like July and August, especially into the fantasy season. I love fantasy football, so look out for that. But yeah, Jared Goff, just average. I think he's overhated and underrated by a lot of people. Jimmy Garoppolo. Ooh. Is he as good as Derek Carr and Jalen Hurts? I do not think so. He's average. And while we're on the 49ers, let's just do Trey Lance. So, Jimmy Garoppolo average. I'm not going to make a whole nother tier, but I'm just going to call Trey Lance incomplete, and I'm going to put him here. Trey Lance is incomplete, so by default, he will be last when I do the rankings. Joe Burrow is elite. I think Joe Burrow is elite. Josh Allen, elite. No-brainer. Again, sorry I have to speed this up, but my allergies are kicking in and all that. Justin Fields, below average. Justin Herbert, elite. He's ripped. I saw him the other day. By ripped, I mean just huge. Tua Tagovailoa, I just think he's do I dare put him below average and start a fight in the comments? I got to think on that one, man. I'll get to that very last. Kirk Cousins, above average. Like him and Derek Carr, basically the same human. Basically the same football player, NFL quarterback. Kirk Cousins will always throw in the low 30s in touchdowns. 33 last year, I think it was. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got his old rival, Adam Thielen. He's got Delvin Cook. And he's got Irv Smith Jr. coming back. So, who I think of a breakout year. We'll get to breakout candidates on this channel as well. But, yeah. Kyler Murray. Jeez. I think he is an above-average quarterback. You know, I just want to put him probably on the lower end of below average, closer to average. Okay. People are going to get real mad when I say that, but he wants this new contract. He wants to be paid like $40 million a year, like Herbert money when he'll get his new contract. Burrow, when he gets his new contract, he wants to be paid like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes money. Like, okay, Kyler, let's settle down. You're not. Yes, him and Lamar Jackson are overrated for their running ability, and he won't have DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games because DeAndre Hopkins decided to take steroids, so he gets suspended for 6 games. And DeAndre Hopkins dropped the appeal, so he knew he wasn't going to win it. He knew he took steroids. Come on. Not an accident when guys say that. They know, like, Will Fuller happened a couple years ago. It was an accident. No, it wasn't, because you did it. Like, how can that be an accident? I don't want to judge, but there's no way, like, you knew you didn't accidentally just put steroids in your body. Lamar Jackson, he's great. After his MVP year, I think he was, even by myself for a couple months there, period, too, but he was definitely overrated, so I will put him in the great tier. Mac Jones. I just think he's... Okay, here, hold on. Is he better than Baker? Yes. Is he better than Carson? Yes. Is he better than Danny Dimes? Yes. Is he better than Drew Lock? Yeah. Trey Lance is incomplete. Is he better than Justin Fields? Yeah. So he was the only rookie that really quote-unquote impressed me. He didn't really impress even. He had 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Big deal. The only reason they beat the Bills on that, don't get me started, but in summary, the only reason why they beat the Bills on that Monday night game was because Brian Dable didn't let Josh Allen. He didn't let the beast unleash. That's a good one. He didn't unleash the beast and Josh Allen, and they didn't use Devin Singletary for like half the season. And Mac Jones threw 3 passes, and it was because of the running game of Ramondre Stevenson, who's very big back, and we can't stop the run to save our lives, and Damian Harris, who had that one huge run, and they won. So Mac Jones threw 3 passes, 2 of 3. Big deal, everyone. And Patriots fans, and then we whooped him in the next game and the playoffs. So I guess Mac got what he wanted, deserved. I mean, so yeah, Mac didn't do anything that game. Whoever had him in fantasy league, wow. I mean, I hope you didn't start him because I think he's already reached his ceiling. Yeah, I know, hot take, but I think he's already reached his true potential, full potential. Next, we got Marcus Mariota. I think Marcus Mariota can sneak up on some people this year. I think he's average, Do I put him below average? No, he's not that bad with these other guys. I think he's average. So, yeah. I think Marcus Mariota's average. He has rookie Drake London, Cordero Patterson at running back, who some people are hoping he has a reduced role. I don't think they got anyone else at running back. And then they got, like I said, Drake London at receiver. Kyle Pitts at tight end. Those are 2 monsters. Kyle Pitts is like 6'4", over 200 pounds, 30 pounds. Same with Drake London. He's like 6'3", over 230 pounds. So that's 2 tall, very heavy guys. That's going to be insane. 2 unicorns, if you will, especially Kyle Pitts. I'm telling you right now, good fan. Kyle Pitts, one of the top 3 fantasy tight end options. Just a little secret if you watch this video. Watch this far in. Anyway, next we got Matthew Stafford. Stafford is great. I'm not going to say he's elite. Some people are saying when Stafford and the Rams won the Super Bowl, anyone could have won the Super Bowl. Daniel Jones, Tua Tagovailoa could have won that Super Bowl. Put any starting NFL quarterback in there, and they could have won the Super Bowl. It was a super team. They had Von Miller, OBJ, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp had a historic season, by the way. He was 18 yards short of beating Calvin Johnson's all-time receiving yards record for a season. Yeah, but I disagree with that notion that anyone could have won the Super Bowl with that super team. Amazing what Stafford did in L.A. He left Detroit, where he made the playoffs like 3 times and lost all 3 games because it's Detroit. And he went to L.A. and not only did he win his first playoff game, but he won his first ever Super Bowl, his first ever year in L.A. And yeah, he just looked much happier. So Stafford, not quite elite, because those are reserved for the elite of the elite, the top of the top, as it says there. Hence the elite category name. But yeah. Next, we got Matt Ryan. Do I call him above average or average? I'm going to call Matt Ryan above average. I still think he's got a little juice in him. Yes, he's winding down the end of his career. But Matty Ice is not Matty Ice anymore. True, he hasn't been the same since MVP dominant season. But I don't want to go back to the Super Bowl. But 28-3, it wasn't his fault. It was their defense. Yes, you can say, well, the Falcons didn't score at all in the last quarter and a half when they were up 28-3, but you shouldn't give up 25 points if you're the Atlanta Falcons defense. So that's on the defense. Next, Mitch Trubisky, now the starting quarterback of the Steelers. I think he's average. I didn't like him. No, I actually liked him in Chicago when everyone was, when everyone was not liking him at all, kind of bashing him. He had Matt Nagy in most of his career. I think all of his career in Chicago, actually. He was the MVP, and now it's Dak Prescott. But Nickelodeon valuable player. Did you know that? First ever Nickelodeon valuable player. It was broadcast Bears-Saints playoff game on Nickelodeon. So, I think he's average. Him and Kenny Pickett will duel it out. I think they kind of forced their own hand. I think kind of forced to start Kenny Pickett at quarterback. So they picked him at number 20. He knows the weather there. I don't think his hands will be an issue because he knows the weather there, the fumbling problem. But yeah, Mitchell Trubisky is average. Next, Patrick Mahomes. We don't need to talk about it. Elite. Next, Russell Wilson. Once elite, but he hasn't been elite in like 4 years now. Okay, I won't go that far. Maybe like 3 years. He always starts off the year cooking, and I think and then he declines after like 7 or 8 weeks. And then I think Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton and Javonte Williams will have a huge monster year for the Broncos. The receivers and running back and Javonte Williams. So, Next, we got... Who is that? Oh, blanking on the name for a second. I'll get back at that. Panthers, Sam Darnold, below average. He said he was seeing ghosts in New York on the Jets. Yeah, no wonder, because I thought he was going to be good with the Panthers, and it was just the Jets. Yeah, he's not that good. Tom Brady, elite. I said top 5 for the elite category, but I'll make an exception for 6. Next, we got Trevor Lawrence. Sad to say, but below average. Yes, most of that was Urban Meyer, but he showed a couple flashes. While we're at it, Zach Wilson, below average. Oh, this is Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. I saw the color of the jersey, the Tennessee Titans jersey. Ryan Tannehill, I think, is just average. I think he's kind of overrated at this point. So I think he's just average quarterback. Next, Tua, I think, average. Okay, now let's rank them. So let's see, at the bottom of the below average tier, let's put in. So we got, who's the worst QB in the NFL? Baker, Carson, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Trey. Okay, let's just put Trey Lance. Pretend this is like incomplete. And then next, let's put Sam Darnold, because he actually... Here, hold on. We'll put Trey Lance as the worst. We're not going to call him the worst. Incomplete. And then Daniel Jones is officially the worst QB in the NFL, in my opinion. And then Sam Darnold, and then Zach Wilson, and then Trevor Lawrence, and then Justin Fields, and then Drew Lock, and then Baker Mayfield, and then Carson Wentz. That's a good order. And then let's see who's next worst. I think I'm gonna go with Davis Mills, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones, Marcus Mariota, Mitchell Trubisky, Ryan Tannehill. I think I'm gonna go with Mitchell Trubisky next, and then Tua, and then Marcus Mariota, and then Ryan Tannehill? Yeah, and then Ryan Tannehill, and then Mac Jones, and then I think I'll go Jimmy Garoppolo, and then I'll go Jameis Winston next, and then I'll go Davis Mills next, and then Jared Goff, I think, is the best quarterback in the average tier. And then next, we got, out of these guys, let's see, Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and then we got Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts will be next. Switch that one around. And then we got Kirk Cousins. And then Derek Carr. I think that could be good. That's fine. And then for the great tier, getting close to the top, we got Russell Wilson. Or no, wait. Lamar, I think, is at the bottom here. And then we got Deshaun Watson. And then we got Russell Wilson. Here. Actually, no. Okay, so we'll go Lamar, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and then Russell Wilson, then Matthew Stafford. I think that's fine. And then we got the top, the elite. So the 6th best quarterback in the NFL, according to me. I think I'm going to go with Joe Burrow here. And the 5th best quarterback in the NFL, according to me. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert, 4th best quarterback in the NFL. I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I know it pains me, not top 3, but once Brady retires, he'll be. Then 3rd best QB in the NFL, Brady. 2nd best QB in the Patrick Mahomes. And then I said this in the beginning of the video, but 1st best QB in the NFL is still getting better with age, Aaron Rodgers. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we got, 34 starting or no. Okay, whatever. We got all the starting quarterbacks here, plus 1 extra because of Trey Lance. So, let me guys know what you think. Comment below. Do you agree with my tier list ranking? And do you agree with my who I put in what tiers in the final ranking here, as you can see. Anyways, guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I will see you in the next one. Bye.